Hi, my name is Iván, and today a therapist is going to match us to our biggest regrets.
Hello, my name is Dr. Millicent Rose. I am a therapist and a professor of clinical psychology. Today I have 5 people and their stories of their biggest regrets.
I actually don't know if I think the therapist is going to guess what my biggest regret was. It may be a challenge.
I tend to live my life pretty regret-free. Some stuff is really and some stuff you can't control.
She's gonna enjoy my regret out of everybody because my regret is unique, son. I forgot what it was, but we're gonna figure this out.
My personal regret, I don't think it's bad,
But maybe there'll be some scandalous ones, who knows?
so let's bring them out. So I'm facing away from everybody so that I can't see their reactions, and I'm going to go ahead and read everybody's stories. My regret is not studying abroad in college. The financial part of it, as well as the credit transfers, overwhelmed me so much that I didn't dive deeper into it. I should have studied abroad. The next regret, all through childhood, I wanted to join the Navy SEALs. I wanted to get to do all of the cool stuff like classified missions, but I couldn't swim. I thought I'd drown during training. Instead, I joined the Navy. During boot camp, one of the SEALs recruiters came in and said, if anyone wants to join the SEALs, stand up now and come with me. But I was still worried about not being able to swim. I still regret not standing up right then and seeing if I could have done it. The next regret. I regret trying so hard to ignore my culture when I was younger because I went to a predominantly white American school. I would get made fun of for the foods my mom would pack for me, so I tried to be like, ew, who would eat this? Plus, I was low-key embarrassed that I spoke a different language because people weren't really nice towards me and the other non-white kids at my school, so I completely cut out spicy foods. Next regret. I'm not a person with a lot of regrets, so honestly mine is my first concert was the Black Eyed Peas and the Pussycat Dolls were opening up for them. I didn't buy the iconic Pussycat Dolls hoodie, Don't You Wish Your Girlfriend Was Hot Like Me, and I really regret it. Okay? And then the last regret, my biggest regret, is not taking dance classes at an early age. I feel like it would have helped me become more confident earlier. It would have added more swag, and I would have been taking care of my body throughout my childhood since I wasn't a big sports player. All right, so I'm gonna start asking everybody questions.
I'm not saying nothing this time.
Do you like to argue at all?
I think I am a little good at arguing.
Let's talk regrets. Do you have many?
I have regrets.
Tell me another regret aside from this one.
Maybe some decisions I made when I was younger, like self-confidence stuff and not believing in myself.
Tell me how this regret, if self-corrected, would change your worldview.
I don't think I would be living here.
When did your regret occur in your life?
2010?
Can I ask, were you in college in 2010?
Yes.
With regards to your regret, do you have any similar regrets?
A lot of the other regrets would probably shape me differently today.
Do you have a lot of regrets?
Nope,
Why do you think that is?
because I'm real.
What about you makes you real?
It's a good question. I don't know, because I'm as real as it gets.
If this regret were no longer a regret, or let's say it had self-corrected at the time, how would it change your interaction with your family?
I think it would have been positive. I think they would have seen me as the true person that I am.
How do you think your friends would be any different with you?
I think my friends, we would have a lot more in common.
What are some things about this regret that made you think about sharing this story?
I think that I actually don't have that many regrets. And I don't even want to say overcompensated for it in my adulthood, but I've really gone like hard in the other direction.
You said it would make a difference to your career.
Yes, it would have expanded my career.
How so?
I want to open so bad, but I don't want to. It would have given me more opportunities outside of the few boxes that I feel like I'm kind of just always in.
If your regret was no longer your regret, would it make a difference to your career?
Yes.
This regret occurred younger in life or more recently?
Younger, in my teens.
At the time that your regret was occurring, were you aware of it?
I don't think so. I think I was just so focused on the present, I didn't think of the future consequences.
Do you travel a lot?
I would say I travel more now than in previous years.
And would this have made any difference to your love life?
Honestly, sometimes I think it could have.
Can you explain why?
It would help me communicate better and express better.
How would your friends treat you differently if your regret were not your regret?
I think I will have different types of friends.
What would be different about them?
I don't know, I never went there.
Would they be more disciplined?
I wouldn't know.
And how do you think your friends would treat you differently?
There might have been some jealousy, maybe, because I was more confident in myself.
So this regret, the idea behind it is that it would have advanced you.
Yes.
How do you think your relationship with your parents would be any different?
I feel like I would have appreciated them more when I was younger.
Would it change your family relationships?
No, I don't think it would have changed my family relationships.
Okay, all right, good. What would your parents say about this regret?
My parents have been supportive always, so whatever makes me happy.
How would your family treat you any differently?
They'll be like, Gadiel's crazy.
Do your parents know that this is a regret of yours?
It's not that crazy of a big deal. I think they probably would think that I should not regret it.
If your parents today knew that this was a regret of yours, do you think that they still would have given you the exact same life?
I don't think so. I'm a Taurus, so I'm very stubborn. If they really tried to change me, I wouldn't budge.
Okay. If you woke up this morning and a fairy had granted your wish and the one wish that you chose was that your regret was no longer your regret, what's the very first thing that you notice that tells you that this regret is no longer a regret?
I see myself loving myself and appreciating myself.
I think that I could have different friendships.
I don't think it would have changed much.
I feel like I would have achieved what I wanted.
Thank you for being open and vulnerable. Okay, I think I am ready to figure out which regret belongs to which person. Starting with the studying abroad, I'm gonna give that one to Freddie. Navy SEALs, I'm going to give that to Gadiel. Ignoring my culture, I'm going to give that to Carolina. Pussycat Dolls hoodie, I'm going to give that to Jazz. And then dancing regret, I'm going to give that to Iván.
How's that possible? I didn't say nothing. She's a pro. You know, I was very short. She read my body language and figured it out.
I grew up in Puerto Rico where I feel like toxic masculinity is a thing. Growing up, I was always afraid of being judged. But now that I'm more confident, last weekend I took my first salsa class, so watch out.
She did amazing. I really wish I would have got that sweatshirt. It's literally the only regret I have in life, pretty much.
She got me good. It's hard growing up when you're in an area where people are making fun of the food you eat or calling you slurs, asking you if you're documented or not just because of your family's background. So I always tried to suppress that part of me. Growing up and seeing all the sacrifices my parents have made for me has made me extra proud of being who I am.
Yeah, I am really upset that I did not study abroad in college. Like, I feel like all of the tools were there. I just think that that would have been a really great gateway for my love for travel earlier on in my life.
How'd you figure it out?
The less you say, the more you're saying. The more you were saying about being confident, you were trying to redirect me from something that was clearly more simplistic by making it more complex.
Wow.
We're always speaking to one another. We're always connecting with one another. This is great. Thank you guys for sharing and for opening up.
Thank you.
Thank you.